ground and Borough.
Well, that was absolutely cat.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from Middlesbrough, northeast of England, will you please welcome your host of Daz's Football Stand? It's the man with the iron blue, it's Mr. Darryl Johnson.
Good afternoon, and gentlemen, welcome to Daz's Football Stand on this very miserable, wet Sunday afternoon here. Hope you're all doing very well. And welcome to the stream if you've just tuned in. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. We're live for the draw predictions for the UEFA Champions League round of 16 and for the UEFA Europa League round of 32. And I'll explain how it works very soon. But if you're having a live chat, make sure you get your comments in there. As there's no one in the live chat at the minute, but we do have about 5 people watching in the minute, so I appreciate you joining. Give us your comments in the live chat, and I will of course read them out. Now, as you can see, the screen is blank. Normally, if I was doing the prediction stream, I'd normally have like the FA Cup draw predictions, Carabao Cup draw predictions, something up there. But it's practically a blank screen with that down the middle, which I can't really get rid of because that's normally for the watch-alongs. But we're live for the draws. These are the draw predictions. A reminder, none of these draws are real. And we'll just wait a moment. I'll just do this a second and we'll get underway. But the Iron Brew is open. If you have just joined, welcome. Please do like and subscribe, and do get your comments in the live chat. Who do you want your team to face in the live, actual draw? As to Champions League, we're trying to find out who the English teams, and of course Bayern Munich, the current holders, see how they get on and who they come up against. Breaking news came through today that obviously Lucien Favre, the manager of Borussia Dortmund, has been sacked, and that was the best news I'd heard all day because they got beat 5-1 by bloody VfB Stuttgart. So that was brilliant news. That absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I don't know who they're going to bring in though. So sad shame. Right then. And obviously when we do the Europa League ones, so what's going to happen is we'll do the Champions League ones. Obviously, we're not going. Well, I mean, I'd say we're not going to really fly through it. Tom has put over. We can avoid Norwich. Right. So you're getting the 2 draws in the wrong order. Norwich are in the FA Cup, and the others are in the Champions League. Stop trying to bloody get me mixed up. It's not going to really work, is it? Anyways, I'll just turn it down. So I'm going to go straight onto this screen. So, just check we can... Yeah, right. So, this is the thing that I use for the Champions League and Europa League draws. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to do Champions League. Obviously, pot 2 insists... Pot 2 is the runners-up from the groups, and the teams that won the group are Pot 1. A reminder that these are the regulations. Teams from Russia and Ukraine cannot play against each other. That's just been the case with UEFA. Teams from the same country cannot play against each other. Teams that were in the same group stage as well cannot play against each other. So the only teams that Bayern cannot get in the group in the knockout stages, the only teams that Bayern can't get are Atletico Madrid, Mönchengladbach, Leipzig. But apart from that, they can get anyone else. So they could still get Barcelona again. We could have another 8-2. And I would hate to be a Barcelona fan. Right. We'll go get underway. Then let me know who you want your team to face in the draw. As there probably won't be many people joining the stream because a lot of people will be watching the football, and of course not many people join these prediction streams anyway, but I enjoy doing them, so if I enjoy them, I'll bloody do them. Simple as that. So the first team's obviously the runners up, 8 balls there. As I said, they're all randomised, so we don't know which ball's which, and then obviously 8 balls of the group winners come up. So it's not going to be like if I press that one, which is the first one, it's going to be Atletico Madrid. It could be anyone. So as I say, it's a unseeded draw, randomised draw, and of course teams from the same country cannot play against each other, and teams from the same group stage can't play against each other. And of course we're going to do this after we've done this draw and we've done it in full. We're obviously going to go back onto OBS and we're going to go for a quick 2 to 3 minute break before we go into the Europa League. So that's what we're going to be doing. So Liverpool versus Dortmund. Liverpool cannot play against Dortmund because they're in the same pot. Teams from the same pot cannot play against each other again, Sam. So Liverpool will not be playing Dortmund. So we'll get underway then. Good luck to all teams. Let's go. So we'll start off. We'll go with the third one then. That's FC Barcelona. So as I said, the teams that are highlighted in yellow are the teams that Barcelona can get. The teams that aren't, so like Juventus and Real Madrid, they can't get because they had Juventus in the same group. Now, Bayern will not play Juventus. I said all the teams in pot 1 cannot play against each other. Teams in pot 2 can't play against each other. That's how it works, mate. So, Barcelona against... Oh, typical. Barcelona versus Bayern. Good. Bayern should win that again because I can't see Barcelona beating Bayern again if they play like they did last time. Oh, what a shame. I think that's the tie that all the Bayern fans are wanting. Atalanta. They could be against any of them apart from Juventus and Liverpool. Atalanta against Real Madrid. Interesting. Can't see Real Madrid losing that, in fairness. Lazio. Okay, I think they're probably going to get Chelsea, aren't they? No, Liverpool. Oh, Liverpool get the easier tie. Lazio. Although Lazio beating Dortmund, but I don't think it's that difficult to beat Dortmund these days because Dortmund aren't good. So I think anyone could beat Dortmund. I think even Borough could beat Dortmund, but that's going a bit far. Atletico Madrid. They can play anyone. Oh, not again. Atletico Madrid against Juventus. Now, this happened before. Atletico Madrid won the first leg 2-0 at home, and then Juventus beat them 3-0 at home. So, that's already happened before. So, no, I don't think that's going to happen this time, though. Borussia Mönchengladbach can play anyone but Borussia Dortmund. Only just about scraped through the group because of Inter and Shakhtar drawing. Mönchengladbach versus Chelsea. Ooh, there's a visit to Germany for Timo Werner and Havertz, etc. Players who used to play in the Bundesliga before they went to Chelsea. 6 teams are in. This is a quick one, really, because the Europa League one takes a bit longer. FC Porto. They can't play Manchester City because they were in the same group. Porto against Paris Saint-Germain. I can't see PSG losing that, in fairness. Yeah, God help them. God help them. Are we streaming in? Yeah, we're streaming in 720, I thought we were. The final 2 teams. Yeah, that was... Often, that does happen sometimes because, as you could probably tell, Leipzig were the next team out, and there's no way that they would have been able to play Dortmund, so they couldn't play Borussia Dortmund because they're in the same nation. So that's why it does that. It's so that Leipzig, because obviously Leipzig get Man City and Sevilla get Dortmund, because Leipzig and Dortmund from the same country, they cannot play against each other. That's because of the UEFA regulations, but that's always been the case in the Champions League, in fairness. So that's, just to explain why that's happened. So that's the draw in full. Barcelona versus Bayern, another enthralling tie. Let's hope it's another 8-2, although, to be honest with you, it'll probably be a lot closer than that this time. It'll be 7-2 instead. Atalanta versus Real Madrid. I mean, tough one to call, actually. I can't see Real Madrid. Well, I can't see Real Madrid losing it, but then again, Atalanta a team that's been causing a few surprises in Champions League lately. If you've just joined the stream, please do like and subscribe. That would be great. And of course, once we've done this, we're going to be going for a quick break before the Europa League draws. We see you Manchester United get and they'll probably be drawn against one of the Champions League clubs or something. Atletico Madrid Lazio versus Liverpool as well. Next one, that was again, I don't see Liverpool losing that, but Lazio have been quite good this season. Atletico against Juventus, what a tie that is. Again, as you probably remember, I don't think it was last season. I think it was the season before. Cristiano Ronaldo scored a hat-trick against Atletico Madrid in the second leg, which sent Juventus through 3-2 on aggregate. Mönchengladbach versus Chelsea. An interesting tie, this. Timo Werner and Kai Havertz travelling back to Germany to take on their former Bundesliga team. Mönchengladbach. I liked and I subscribed 1 year ago. No, I was basically saying if you... okay, I'll say it again. What I meant was if you were new to the channel, then please subscribe. But obviously, if you've already subscribed, then that's fine. It doesn't matter too much. But yes, that's what I was on about. I just said it wrong. I always say please like and subscribe. But I always have a habit of forgetting to say if you're new, please subscribe. But there you go. Anyways, Porto versus PSG, finalists last year against Porto, team that have won the Champions League before. I can't see PSG having too many problems. Although, I mean, they lost to not Leipzig. They lost to who did they lose to? They lost to Monaco, didn't they? And Monaco they haven't been particularly amazing the last few seasons. Leipzig at home to Manchester City. They scraped through against United, and in fairness, I wasn't at all surprised that United got knocked into the Europa League because it was inevitable. A really tough group, so Leipzig will have been very pleased to come out of that group. And they get Manchester City, so it doesn't get much easier for them. But I think Man City, I wouldn't say Manchester City were particularly better than United. They didn't play particularly amazing yesterday, and neither team did in the Manchester derby. So I think that's going to be a tight one, but I think Leipzig, with the fact that they've got to the semi-final last year, and obviously they haven't lost at home all season in the Bundesliga and in all competitions, actually, which is something that people don't know. They haven't lost at home all season. I can see Leipzig just about pulling through there. And the final one, Sevilla versus Dortmund. Dortmund have just sacked their manager Lucien Favre, and they're on very, very bad form this season. So I can see Sevilla pulling through, but it might be on away goals. So it depends, really. So it'll be one of them things. It's going to be a tough one to call, but that is the Champions League draw. I just need to take a photo of it on my iPad so that I have it for tomorrow. Oh no, I've just recorded a video instead. I didn't want to do that. Dial. Excuse me. There we go. Right, back onto live chat. Bebu on FIFA has 96 pace, 85 shooting, 87 dribbling. It's only 100k. Decent. Well, I've got Cristiano Ronaldo, and on full chem, he's got about 97, 98 pace and 97 shooting. So his shooting's brilliant. Scotty B just must be saying, I'm busy today, I'll be watching the highlights. Yep. So there's your Champions League draw. We're going to go back onto OBS and we'll be back in a few minutes for the UEFA. Excuse me. So yeah, we'll head back. We'll head off for a quick break. We're going to play one song and then we're going to head back on there for the UEFA Europa League draw. We'll see you in a few minutes. And welcome back if you've just rejoined. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back now for the Europa League draw. The Europa League draw is going to be here in a second. Once I just update this. Got a few people in stream. Hope you're all doing well if you've just joined. Thank you for joining. Please do like if you haven't already done so. And of course, keep getting your comments in the live chat. Right, let's get on to the Europa League. So this is the UEFA Europa League draw. And of course, it's practically the same as the Champions League, only this time we are drawing 16 ties instead of 8. Now, I'll explain very quickly. Now, obviously, in the Champions League group stage, the teams that finished third in the group got knocked out of the Champions League and headed into the Europa League for the round of 32s. Now, teams from the same pot cannot play against each other. As I said, it's the same as the Champions League. Teams from the same pot can't play against each other. Teams from the same country cannot play against each other. Now, I know people have said, are we going to be able to play Rangers? No, because we won't be able to play Rangers because they're in the same pot. So United could get any of these teams. And a reminder, the teams from Russia and Ukraine cannot play against each other. Ukraine can't play Shakhtar can't play against Dynamo, and Shakhtar cannot play against Krasnodar either. That's just the usual regulations. Teams that say from the same country can't play against each other either. And that's about it. Of course, pot 2 consists of the runners up, and pot 1 consists of the group winners. And there's teams, the teams that have come from the Champions League, majority of them are actually in pot 1. There's teams on Champions League in pot 1 and pot 2, so you could get anyone. So we'll get underway. We'll get underway then, of course, because this is going to be this could be a long one. Dynamo Kiev against Arsenal. It could possibly happen, yeah. We'll have Wolfsberger. Genwil Bolandres. Oh, you're a United fan, by the way. You're a United fan. Yeah, Mulder. Mulder actually won't be an easy tie. Champions of Norway. They've been champions of Norway before. That was underbody. But we'll see who gets who. Thank you for joining if you've just joined. And here we go. Best of luck to all 31 teams in the tie. Obviously, Manchester United. Obviously, we don't really need to say good luck to our own team. In a way, because hopefully we'll get someone decent. Right. Good luck to all teams in the draw. We'll start off. And the runners up, here we go. A task for Ollie. To be honest with you, we could play against the easier tie and still lose to them. Right then. Here we go. And the first team's Olympiakos, the Greek Giants. They can play anyone from pot 1 and they'll play Villarreal. Interesting. Won't be an easy one to call, really. Olympiakos are rather decent at home now and again, but I think we have Villarreal will probably just edge that. I'll talk about all the ties once we've finished, actually. LOSC Lille. Lille of the French League 1. They'll be against Rangers. Ooh. Rangers. That's a tough trip for Rangers. A tough tie at Lille. Here we go. Mulder. Here we go. Will Mulder get Manchester United? Probably not. Oh, Mulder get Bayer 04 Leverkusen of the Deutsche Bundesliga. Now, Leverkusen are on form. They are actually Leverkusen and Leipzig at the minute are the two teams in contention for the title, along with Bayern in the Bundesliga. So they are playing well at the minute, Leverkusen. So that will be a tough tie for Mulder, but I can't see Leverkusen struggling there. Leverkusen should win that. FC Salzburg. FC Salzburg from the Österreich Bundesliga. Obviously come down from the Champions League group stage. They were in the same group as Bayern, and it was Bayern, Atletico, then Salzburg, and then Lokomotiv Moscow finished bottom. But by the way, Lokomotiv Moscow only needed a point out of Bayern in order for them to go to the Europa League, so they only just about scraped it. Salzburg against Arsenal. Good. Salzburg aren't a bad team, so Arsenal could be in for a tricky tie. Good. Crvena Zvezda. Now, if you don't know who they are, it's basically Red Star Belgrade. Because you know how you've got Partizan Belgrade, who Manchester United played in the Europa League before, and you've got this team, Crvena Zvezda, which is the official name, but everyone just calls them Red Star Belgrade, or if you're German, Roten Belgrad. So, yeah, that's Red Star Belgrade, by the way, for those who don't know. They can't play against Hoffenheim. They were in the same group as them. Former champs. They were, the Serbian champions. It was either them or Partizan, I think, who won it last season. Can't quite remember. I don't really watch it. Okay. Ooh. Red Star Belgrade against PSV. Interesting. Here we go. Wolfsburg. Not Wolves. By the way, don't get confused, because people think when they see the word Wolfsburg that they think it's fearful Wolfsburg from the German Bundesliga. Well, this is Wolfsburger from the Österreich Bundesliga, so they're the Austrian league. So yeah, make sure you don't get confused with that, because people think Wolfsburg are just a German team. There's two Wolfsburgs. It's spelled differently. Who will Wolfsburg get? Shakhtar Donetsk. A tough one. Well, tough one for Wolfsburg. Granada from the Spanish La Liga. Had a good season last season. Oh. They're against Champions League Napoli. Oh dear. Right. Okay. Maccabi Tel Aviv, the Israeli champions, against AC Milan. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Yeah, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I'm trying not to get confused, because I nearly said after the Inter Milan players. Zlatan Ibrahimovic and co. travelled to Israel. Real Sociedad. Now, Manchester United did actually get Real Sociedad in the Europa League a while back. I think that was the season that United won the actual tournament. Sociedad against Roma. Dynamo Kiev. They can play against anyone in this pot. It's Dynamo Kiev versus Leicester. So Leicester will be travelling to Ukraine. Royal Antwerp. Now, they beat Tottenham Hotspurs. They qualified from Tottenham Hotspur's group stage. Now, they can't play against Club Brugge, obviously, from the same country, and they can't play against Tottenham because of them being in the same group. So, now, the real draw, by the way, is tomorrow, but I'm not going to be live for that because I'm going to be busy at CVFM, I'm afraid. I don't think Kiev would beat Leicester. Antwerp against Dynamo Zagreb. Well, who are United going to get? United are going to get Benfica at this rate. If United get young boys, then they're definitely through. But at this rate, they're going to get Benfica. Slavia Prague. Against Ajax. Slavia Prague against Ajax. Oh, Lord. I was surprised that they didn't even get through the group stage. FC Ajax. This is SC Braga from the Portuguese league. I think they win the same group as Rangers. Braga against Club Brugge. I said it, didn't I? It's going to be United versus Benfica this week. Young boys. Young boys are against Tottenham. Oh dear. So this means United are going to be against Krasnodar or Benfica. It's going to be Benfica. It's Krasnodar. They're going to get Hoffenheim. Yeah, I said it, didn't I? I said it, didn't I? I said it, didn't I? Krasnodar versus Hoffenheim, and United are away to Benfica. Oh, that is typical. So the full draw in the draw in full. The draw in full then. A tough tie, a really tough tie for United. That would be probably United heading out because if they can't beat Istanbul away from home, how are they going to beat bloody Benfica away from home? I haven't implanted something. It's all pot luck with this. There's no way of I don't think there's any way of looking at of who's in what ball. I just had a feeling when I'm like, well, this way United will probably get bloody Benfica or something. It's just all pot luck. It's all pot luck. Right. Well, the draw in full then. Olympiacos versus Villarreal. I can't see Villarreal having that many problems against them. Lille against Rangers. Again, that's a tough one to call, but I don't think Rangers will get through. I know they've been good all season, but I don't know. I think if Rangers are going to win, it'll be at home, but of course they're away, so they probably have the advantage. The away teams that are first probably have the advantage. You only need one away goal, and that could make a massive difference. Molde versus Leverkusen. I think that's Leverkusen's all day long. They are brilliant at the minute. Salzburg against Arsenal. I actually could see Arsenal getting knocked out. I really could see them getting knocked out. I just think with their current form. Cavernas Vesta, aka Red Star Belgrade against PSV. Goodbye to them. Wolfsburg against Shakhtar. I think we can all agree that Shakhtar will win that. I don't think it'll be a particularly comfortable one, though. Granada versus Napoli. Only one winner. Maccabi Tel Aviv against Milan. Not an easy tie, I have to admit. And people will be saying Milan. Now, I would agree that Milan are going to... Against Milan, yes, Maccabi will probably lose. But I think it could be a tighter game than a few people will probably predict. Because... because Maccabi Tel Aviv are the Israeli champions, and they're not actually that bad, but I would agree. I don't see Milan losing. Someone just sent me a message on Instagram. I'm trying trying to find the message. It went down as a message request. Why does it not come up? You just got Vidic, or did you do the what was it, the thingamabob? Someone sent me a message request, and now I can't find him. Have a look. It said he'd sent a message. He hasn't sent a message. Okay. I think they'll go through, but not easy. It won't be easy for Arsenal. No. They find anything difficult. They'd probably lose against Bloody Mask. Real Sociedad against Roma. Again, I think that's a tough one to call. I think Roma will probably go through. Dynamo Kiev against Leicester City. I'm sorry to tell you this, Tom, but Leicester are going to go through. I just can't see Leicester losing that. Welcome, Thais. Thanks for joining, by the way. I did read the message. I just forgot to mention the name. But I can't see Leicester losing, to be honest with you. Royal Antwerp, they beat Tottenham Hotspurs and they're against Dynamo Zagreb. So, again, there's a few interesting times. I think that one's also a tough one to call. The question is, who do I think's going to who's going to take it? That's the thing. I'm probably going to go for Royal Antwerp, but that's a bit of a tough one really for me to call. Slavia Prague against Ajax, only one winner. Braga versus Club Brugge. I think Prague will square through. Young Boys against Tottenham. Spurs. Fairly easy. Krasnodar against Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim are decent this season, not the best, but I think they'll get through. And then Benfica versus Manchester United, the big one. This is United will struggle. However, away from home, they're normally good, but in Europe, they're not good away from home. Lost to Istanbul away from home, so if we lost to Istanbul away, how are we going to win away to bloody Benfica, who are also quite a good team at home? They're not Leipzig, obviously, but they're a good team at home. So if United don't win away, then I don't think they'll win at home. I think it might go down to I think it could go the full distance. It could be a penalty shootout, which I don't think United would win because they're not great on penalties, especially with our record on penalties recently. We don't normally win shootouts half the time, unless it's against Colchester or Rochdale. But it's going to be a tough one for United, but there you go. That's the draw in full. We did the Champions League draw as well. Bayern got Barcelona and Benfica get Manchester United. So that really is it. We've done the two draws in full there. The real draws take place tomorrow, 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock for Champions League and Europa League draw, live I think on BT Sports, which I'm not going to be available for. I'm not going to be live for them draws because I'm going to be busy at CVFM doing stuff basically featuring on Carl's show. So I'll be busy at my workplace on CVFM. So hence why I'm not doing the streams for that. I'm not doing the stream for it. But I will be recording a reaction video to the draws, which of course will be uploading later in the evening. But apart from that, that's it for me. The next stream won't be until Wednesday evening when Middlesbrough take on Luton Town in the EFL Championship. And then of course Thursday I'm not doing Manchester United against Sheffield United because I'm again going to be busy at CVFM from 6 till 8. So yeah, that's why. But apart from that, take care, have a fantastic rest of your day and have a good week. We'll see you on Wednesday. Take care. Bye bye.